Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your boy AZDIY here yet with another video. If you're new, please kindly subscribe. In this video today, I'm just gonna be showing you how you can use an OBD port in your car to power any device. And when I mean any device, most especially I'll be using a dash cam. So this is an AZDOME dash cam. This is the M350 dash cam. This is a 360-degree dash cam. It got two sides, one front and one rear camera. I'm gonna show you what's inside. So this is the dash cam itself, and then this is the rear one. It do come with a cigarette light port, right? As you can see, I'm already using a cigarette light port here, so I wouldn't want to use that. Generally, when people want to install a dash cam, especially when it comes to the Hardwire kit, just like I have here, this is a USB-C port Hardwire kit that can actually fit this camera right here. Generally, you know, you want to do the Hardwire to the fuse box in the car, but in this video I'm going to show you how you can actually do it safely by using an OBD port instead of using the fuse, trying to tap to the fuse. Because why? You have to know exactly what type of fuse you want to tap to. If you are not professional enough, you can actually damage your car. You can actually blow something up. If you don't, you can blow up your fuse. You can damage something in the car if you don't actually what you want to do. But there's a lot of story out there that it is not safe to power something like a dash cam using an OBD port. I want to tell you today that that is not true. OBD port is actually safe for you to power anything. And when I mean safe, in terms of you don't have to actually look for the fuse to tap into. All you have to do is to know a certain pin that you actually have to tap into, and I'll be explaining that to you. Currently, the concept of this video is for you to build your own universal OBD-II circuit that you can actually use to power anything, just like the dash cam. And I'm going to show you one that I already have here. So this is an OBD power circuit. I call it an OBD power circuit low voltage cutoff that I already built. And you can see here it has the OBD-II power. You can plug this into the OBD, and on the other side you can actually plug the power cable of anything. So just like for this dash cam, right? Just like for this dash cam, I can actually tap into this OBD-II circuit and power my dash cam. See, this is a circuit I'm talking about already. This is what is actually inside our circuit, right? And you can actually build yours. You can see this is the OBD-II. You can tap a dash cam wire to it. You can see this is, but this is your micro USB. This is not USB-C. You can actually tap it in there. And one thing with powering a device like dashcam with your OBD-II, the disadvantage with it is that it's gonna draw the voltage of your battery, because it's connected directly to the battery. So this can actually make your battery it can drain your battery completely. And this is where the circuit I'm going to show you today actually comes in place. You can see here I have something called a low voltage cutoff. Actually prevent your battery from being completely drained. You can set the voltage where you want the battery to actually, do you want this circuit to actually cut off. For me, I'm going to set it to a 12 volt in here, so when the battery drops to like 12 volt, it can actually cut it off. All right, so this is the OBD-II. OBD-II port stands for onboard diagnostic, and this is the port. This is the onboard diagnostic port, right? What this port does is it actually allows you to connect any scan to. So this port allows you to talk to the ECU, that's the computer of your car. And car manufacturer understand that before you can plug any diagnostics to in here to actually talk to the computer of the car, you have to be able to power that tool up. So there are certain pins in this OBD port that goes directly to your car battery and the ground of the car. You see right here, counting from here, right? This is pin 16, right? This goes straight. The pin right here, the last pin here, this is pin 16. This pin go directly to the positive of your car battery. And if you see 1, 2, 3, 4, pin 4 and 5 are ground. So we have 2 grounds here. So if you understand this, you can actually tap into these pins and power anything. You don't have to talk to your computer of your car. So which makes it even safer. Instead of me trying to use this, instead of me trying to tap into fuse box of my car, I can just tap into this pins over here simply using an empty OBD-II slot, and then you can just plug it here, right? So when it comes to the circuit itself, right, what are the things that you're gonna need to purchase? You're gonna need to buy a low voltage cutoff like this one. I'm gonna be leaving the link in on my site where you can actually buy the entire circuit, but you're gonna need to buy a circuit board like this, right? You can see on this side it has the voltage in and you got a voltage out, right? So the voltage inside will be connected to the OBD-II port. So you can actually buy an empty OBD-II port as well, like this, and then the red wire, which is your live, and then the black wire, which is your ground. So the red wire will be connected to pin 16. If you see here, it's counted. Pin 16 is right here. This is your pin 16 because it plugs right here, and the black one will be plugged to will be joined to your pin 4 right here, which is going to be the ground. So if I connect this, you see the lights up. Currently the voltage in my car of my car battery is 12.7, right? So that means 12.7 volts is currently my car battery right now, and you can see I've turned off the car. It's not even running right now. So if I plug my dash cam to this, it will stay on. It's gonna stay power on. However, it will stay on until I tell it to cut off, right? So let me show you what the cutoff voltage I have in there says. And if you press the right side of this, it said at 12.1 it should turn a cutoff. You can see I press 1, it turns to 12.1. That is my cutoff voltage. At 12.1 it got a cutoff. And what is my startup voltage? 0.2. So I'm saying that when this battery drains to 12.1 it should cut off. But if I start my car, if you see any voltage above 12.03, it should turn back on. You can see I have it at 0.2, right? So 12.01, which is, this is my cutoff, right? Again, I'm gonna press it. This is my cutoff, 12.01 plus startup 0.02. So at 12.03 this is gonna ignite again. I'm talking about the advantages of actually using this circuit, right? Okay, for instance, this camera has USB-C hardwire. You may have another dash cam that have a micro USB. With this universal, all you just have to do is to swap them out, regardless of which car you are using. If I install it in this car, once I don't need this car anymore, I can remove my camera and simply transfer it into my universal circuit. All right, so before I make this connection, there's something I quickly want to mention here. For this hardwire kit for dash cam, this has a micro USB. It has just 2 wires, right? A positive and a negative. So if yours have something like this, all you just have to do is to plug the red wire to the positive of the voltage out, and the black wire to the negative of the voltage out, right? But if you have this type of hardwire, USB-C hardwire that has 3 wires, right, that's gonna be constant 12 volt and an ACC volt wire and a ground. What you're gonna do is to join the constant voltage and the ACC together and plug them into the positive side, and then plug this one the negative to just the negative side. So that's all right. So I've made the connection. I'm going to be using the AZDOME AZDOME Dashcam to actually do this test. So I'm gonna quickly take this blind spot off, plug this to power. You can see what I've done, made the connections. So watch, I'm gonna plug this to, so you can see that coming up, right? You see the AZDOME Dashcam actually coming up, right? And you can see,
please format TF card before first time use.
Yeah, you can see it actually powers up, right? And you can see my voltage is a 12.5 and the car is not running. So right now, this is what it's looking like.
Recording started.
Alright, it's currently recording right now. You can see, and this is what I like about this dash cam. I've not actually plugged the rear one in, but this is just the front one. You can see I have one on this side. I have 1, 2, and so the 3 channels are currently showing, 1 at the front and 2 on the sides. You can see, but and the voltage is still at what? 12.5. It's not even dropping. So if you have a good strong battery, this guy's gonna stay on for a long time, and then it's gonna keep recording. You can capture more things happening in parking mode. That's what they call recording in a parking mode. So at this point, I'm just gonna clean it up and then run the wire of the dash cam to the top and other one to the back as well, and then clean everything up. So when it comes to the wiring of the camera itself, I just attach the camera right here, and I'm gonna be running the wiring through here. I'll be dropping the power one. I strip off the weather garment wire on the door, and I'm gonna be running the power wire through the side down to the OBD-II. But when it comes to the rear cam, I'm gonna be running the wire up here on the other side, on the passenger side, and then straight to the back. And this is the rear cam. I'm also gonna position that one too and test everything at the end of it. All right, so this is what I've done with the dash cam. Run wire all the way outside, and you can see this is the rear one. So they got these extra clips which I can use to hold things tighter right here. Can definitely use it to hold this, and it has a velcro too, so I can use it to hold it down instead of it slacking and dangling. All right, so this is the dash cam. It's completely installed. You can see all the cameras are connected and looking good. And like I said, this particular camera is AZDOME, and the model is M350. I'm gonna be leaving the link to purchase this camera in the description box. I'll also be leaving the link to purchase this circuit, this OBD-II circuit that I built. If you want to buy from my website, you can go to my website and purchase. This is very good. You don't need to do anything by tapping into a fuse like I've shown in this video. It's very easy for you to, you can buy all the parts yourself and then make yours and then enjoy it. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.